Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's happening? New thing. This is a test run for the Dan Land Pro live streaming. So we want to just give it a test run here on StreamYard. Like I say, I play with a lot of different things. I hope you've been checking out our tutorials. That last one was really nice on color grading. That's over on Steppers Express, Video for Steppers. So you can go over there and check out that tutorial and many others. Now what we want to do is start getting into live streaming, actual live streaming, because a lot of things you see me do, I do shorts, I do pre-recordings as far as those tutorials, edit them up, put them up, and then you can watch them. So it's rare that I do a live stream, and it's usually what you call a quick talk, where I just come on and maybe express some of my thoughts, views, and opinions about different topics. But now what we want to do is we want to start getting into an actual live stream. So you see a lot of people live streaming, and that's where you actually live. You may have some guests come on, et cetera, et cetera. So this is the platform that we've been waiting to do this on, which is the Dan Land Pro, which is at youtube.com. So you would also get a Facebook post. You would get a Dan Land Pro post on YouTube. And then we have some other destinations that will all be coming up simultaneously as far as our live stream. Now we're going to still cover some stuff. So even though I got Video for Steppers on Steppers Express, sometimes we're going to tap into the dance community as far as Dan Land Pro, because that's a topic that I think need a little more attention as far as stepping media. So we're not going to be restricted to any one specific topic or subject. We want to cover the things that interest us, and that will include a variety of things. But we want to get this live stream off the ground, and this is just a test. So as you see, I don't have the usual big giant microphone right here that I use, so we can just take that out the picture, because I actually have on a lavalier, which is one that I suggest sometimes for live streaming, or if you have guests. But sometimes your guests, you don't have any control over their mics or their cameras. But when you're doing in studio, you may very well have control over those things as far as miking up your talent and controlling how the cameras look, as far as if you're going to do a 2-shot or 3-shot, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What I want to do is start having a guest on, and then we can go over to some of the things as far as video, how to make video, how we used to make videos, the future of video, AI, and a number of other things that we're going to cover in our Dan Land Pro live streams. So it's pretty much the Dan Land Pro show, and that requires that we do a lot of different things, because I don't like to restrict myself to one thing. So one of the topics I want to cover on here, because this is an experience that I had, and I want to share this experience because that's what this is all about to me, to be inspiring and encouraging. I had been operating in a particular environment for many years, and then I went ghost. And the first thing that happened, and I was sharing this with a person earlier, the first thing that happened is people start assuming, they start smearing, they start, oh, he's backsliding, or he went back to the stepper community, or he went back to whatever it is that your vices was that you was putting your most attention to. They don't understand your ghosting, or they don't understand your absence. So they directly go to assume certain things, or they start to draw false conclusions. But what was really happening, I was not returning to where most of my time, or a great percentage of my time, was in stepping or any of the other things that used to be vices for me. I was actually studying. I was actually meditating. I was actually focusing on some of the things that I want to do. I was actually having visions as far as what I wanted to do. I was doing a lot of things. I even took a whole undergrad program during the process, why all these people were assuming that I was doing these other things. And these were people that I had shared years with and shared relationships with these assumptions and drawing these false conclusions and creating these false narratives. And the reason I'm sharing this is because sometimes when you want to make a change, or you want to improve, or self-growth, or whatever it is that you're trying to do, people will draw conclusions. They will draw assumptions. They will create narratives, and they don't necessarily need anything to support it or to validate or confirm it. They just come up with it just because. And sometimes it may be because you stop being available for them, or you stop agreeing with their program or their vision, or whatever it was that they had you engulfed in, where you was giving them more attention than necessary, or you was giving them quality time that you could have been given to the things that meant most to you. But anyway, whatever it is, regardless of what environment you're in, people will draw those conclusions. And in this case, I wasn't in the dance community where I was getting these assumptions and these people drawing these conclusions. I was actually in the community where you would least expect this type of behavior, or you would at least expect those types of assumptions, or people drawing conclusions or creating false narratives. But in any case, I completed or achieved the things I want to achieve. I accomplished the things I want to accomplish. And the result of that is coming on these live streams, sharing that experience along with some of the other platforms that I have as far as sharing the experience of content creation and video for steppers and some of the other things that you see me do. So I'm not going to talk long. I just wanted to come check this out. I'm going to see how it came out over on YouTube, because this is a live broadcast. So right now it should be live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. And then we're going to check it out, and we're going to start seeing some of the things that we can do as far as bringing you some of the video that we've been trying to bring you. But we want to be able to elaborate on the video to show you how it was made before we had the experience that we had, and then in some cases how it was made now that we have more experience, and some cases as far as how it's going to be made in the future, considering AI and some of the other technology that we are knowledgeable of, that we want to share with you for encouragement and inspiration as far as your content creation experience. Hey, I'm Dan Land Pro. Till next time. Make sure you subscribe though, because this is another channel we also build it. So we teach you how to build channels, and we're teaching you how to generate subscribers, and to the point where you can monetize and do some of the things that you see us do on different platforms. Oh, here's the last thing I'm gonna say. When you're building a channel, or when you're doing something live, so like I say, most of my stuff is pre-recorded, but the channels, you look at the analytics and you see how your growth is. So I look at some things, or in environments I've been in, where people speak or they talk a good game. But if you look at their analytics, sometimes you can look at their analytics for the last 5 years and they show no growth. They have the same amount of numbers that they have from years ago, yet they speak as if they're an authority on some of the things that they're doing, when they've been pretty much stagnant, or they're stymied at that position where they can't build a channel, or they can't generate subscribers, or they can't monetize, or they can't do some of the things that they want to do with their channels. Now, I just started paying attention to these channels again. One of my channels I haven't paid attention to in years, but it still have good analytics. So we started to rebuild upon that channel. So we're also building video for steppers, which is Steppers Express on YouTube. And now we'll be doing Dan Land Pro, which we're going to look at the analytics and see how this build and what content works and what content doesn't work. And we're going to share that experience with you as well. So you can look at the analytics and see what you're doing good and what you may be doing to stagnate or stymie your progress. So as the words say, sometimes you can't prosper for different reasons, and sometimes it's self-inflicted. So I want to share that. So now I'm going to shut it down. My name is Dan Land Pro. Till next time, peace. Yes, baby.